Leo, I just took off my glasses. You've got a fresh haircut, so that means it's time for us to get in front of the camera and share some news. So a while back on LinkedIn, we asked for your input on really cool local businesses who were 2020, 2021 startups, businesses that are sizing up or doing something new and different for their business, or businesses that are shaking things up in their industry. And there were some really, really neat submissions to that project. And we have 8 that we would love to share with you.
Let's get into it. Beer Fridge is a local company that is bringing all of the best local beers, new releases, your favorite flavors, your favorite special edition beers to your doorstep. And it's a monthly subscription. And Travis and Jake are great. Know Jake quite well. He was also the host of the Trails Less Traveled podcast. Great people. Super excited to see their business take off and deliver beer to all of you beer snobs out there.
Dados Marketing is small but powerful. Gio is a good friend of mine, and it's been really neat to see his business growing and becoming this small powerhouse. It's a collaboration among a bunch of very different talented people from around the world who've come together to provide automated marketing solutions. Now, I work in marketing and I'm still like, dude, what you do is amazing and wonderful. And whenever we have coffee and jam about marketing, it's always a good time. Size ups. These are the businesses that have cool projects coming up or they are on the cusp of some major growth in 2022. Now, some of them couldn't share what their actual projects were, but we had it on very good authority that there's some neat stuff to be watching out for this year.
There are some pretty major milestones as a business owner. And the first thing is getting it off the ground, right? We know what that's like. We know what that's like to get it off the ground. And it's no small feat. Then there's the next step, which is sizing up. And maybe we're sizing up once or twice or 10 times or 100 times. And every one of those should be celebrated. So a lot of these companies that are taking it to the next level, obviously we want to recognize them for their continued pursuit of growth and bringing more value, right? Because value all comes down to how many people you serve and how well you serve them, right?
Absolutely.
So if you or anybody you know had watched the Pivot series, we had Veronica with Antler Baking, along with a number of other great business owners in the area on the show live during the pandemic, the heart of the pandemic. And she talked about how things were going and what was going well and what was not going well. Well, this is something that's super positive. Even though they had to move out of the Flatiron space, they are leasing a new undisclosed space. The documents are redacted. We don't know exactly where it's going to be, but we're really excited to see her growth. And she just makes amazing pastries, cakes, bakes, all sorts of really
boozy
delicious,
cookies.
Boozy cookies. So if you want to just scroll through and drool, go scroll on her Instagram a little bit and then go buy something because it's really good to follow that up. So we're excited for Veronica and being able to move to her new space.
Taylor and company over at Flannel Media have been working on some really neat projects over this last year. Taylor and his crew specifically work with companies that make a difference and that want to make a difference locally, regionally, and nationally. They're scaling up their business this year, and I'm so excited for Taylor and Co. to see everything that they're going to accomplish in 2022.
I'm always really excited about brands that help other brands succeed, right? Because we know what we do. We know the service or product that we create, but we don't always know how to communicate it the best way possible besides being ourselves and doing what we do. So huge thank you to people like Taylor and Flannel Media on helping other brands grow. Really important. If you don't have someone helping you grow your brand, that's where you should start.
Okay, so shakeups was a really fun category, and this is just meant to be for those small businesses who are changing something about how business is done in their industry. And we have some really neat ones to share with you today. So first off is Dr. Amar from Everstrong Therapy. Leo, I don't think you have met him yet in person.
I have not.
You need to. He's wonderful. Let's
Fantastic.
make this happen. They bring physical therapy services to 6 different gyms here in Whatcom County. I sat down with him for coffee a couple of months ago, and it was really neat to hear about how he bridges fitness and performance and training ahead of injury along with injury recovery. It's stuff I don't understand, Leo. It's a lot more your world, but I was super fascinated by how he was explaining to me some of those differences between how he does physical therapy and approaches it versus how it might traditionally be done even in our area.
Yeah, I'd say with my background and my experience playing soccer, so much of staying fit and not getting injured is about preventative,
Mm-hmm.
proactive mobility, strengthening. It's not all about throwing weights around. It's about
Mm-hmm.
how can you really set your body up for those situations. Not like everyday life
Mm-hmm.
necessarily, but those in sports, but those
Yeah.
moments where you're in the worst possible scenario. How does your body handle those
Mm-hmm.
scenarios? So what he's doing is great. And I look forward to coffee soon, Dr. Mar.
Okay, so this last summer we tried out Scone Grown down at the Granary building
Delicious.
on the waterfront, and they're continuing to be fabulous. And they're also going to be opening a new store called Quantum Leaf, which I'm really excited about. So I'm not vegan and I don't need to be gluten free, at least at this point. But a lot of us are. You're gluten free. There's some folks on our team who are vegetarian and vegan for different reasons. And it's just neat to have these different opportunities coming to our community for different dietary needs. One thing I'm really excited for Quantum Leaf is their menu is focused around some non-inflammatory diet needs and kind of catering a really delicious and savory menu to folks with maybe some more specific chronic or autoimmune diseases and disorders. I'm not well versed in this language, but their website has some really fantastic information, and it was very inspiring for me to read through.
Yeah, for someone that doesn't eat gluten and really limits dairy and eats as as really as vegetarian as I possibly can, trying to get as much protein.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. I mean, there's a lot of really good restaurants that do a good job of
Yeah.
having some menu items, but it's nice to be able to go to one place that understands wanting to make sure that we take care of our gut and our immune system and our
Mm-hmm.
and our health issues, because we really only have one body, and our body and our mind are connected. And if
Yeah.
one's not functioning, you can really feel it.
Totally.
So, huge shout out to Quantum Leaf for creating that place for people that have those challenges.
So stay tuned for when that store is open. It will not be opening for a few more months yet, but we're really excited to see those announcements. So you can follow Scone Grown and Quantum Leaf on social media to get updates as they happen.
And it's a great name,
right?
It's a great name.
Quantum Leaf.
And next on our list is Veritas Media, and they have been awesome through the pandemic. We've actually had Kevin with Veritas Media on the Pivot series as well. And they've just been doing such an amazing job for our community. And they've been partnering with a lot of local nonprofits to bring awareness through their amazing videography and vision to help local nonprofits continue to succeed and grow and make more impact. So huge shout out to Veritas Media for being a rock in our community here in Bellingham and Whatcom County. You guys are awesome. Keep doing it.
It's no surprise that the one and only Kelsey Curtis was nominated multiple times to be included in this under a business who is shaking things up in her world and in her industry. She launched a book last year, and she let me know that she's got some big projects up her sleeve that she couldn't quite tell us about
Kelsey.
for this, but that
don't hold back, Kelsey. You know you want to tell us.
But that there are big things coming for 2022. And just looking at what she's accomplished over the last couple of years, I have no doubt that it's going to be amazing. And she's going to continue to grow her connection crew over the course of this next year. So we're really excited for you and your growth and trajectory, Kelsey.
And for those of you that missed episode 4, 3. And for those of you that missed episode 3 featuring Kelsey Curtis, she came on the show and shared her story, got vulnerable, talked about what makes her tick, where she came from, and what it really means to stand out and be yourself. And so that was a really awesome time sitting down with her. And if you haven't followed her on social media, holy crap,
do it.
Color and energy. Those are the two things I would describe Kelsey's social media as, and it's a lot of fun to watch her just do her thing and follow wherever she is that day, really. So thank you for doing what you do for local business owners, Kelsey. And while there are many businesses to watch and to be excited for and that have not quite come to be yet, we're excited for you. We're ready for you. We're going to keep doing this because we love this platform and we love, really hearing what's happening in the near future. And keep submitting information. Keep us updated. We'll keep the world updated. And ultimately, we thank you all for being a part of this community. Let's keep leaning inwards and let's grow the business community here in Bellingham because it's truly grounded on small business. Cheers.